Your discussion tonight addresses the capitalist patriarchal machine, how it has affected the lower economic majority, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the global climate despair. If left unchecked, in what ways might we expect capitalism to further this global moral bankruptcy?
Karl Marx understood that capitalism has built within it a self-annihilatic quality. It has no, by nature, it has no internal constraints, and once you lift external constraints, then it does what it is designed to do, which is commodify everything. So the human capital becomes a commodity, the ecosystem becomes a commodity that you exploit for profit until exhaustion or collapse. And that's essentially what's happened. All of the mechanisms by which we were able to impede, regulate, control, and modify global capital has been lifted. Both of the parties, the Democrats and Republicans in the United States, are complicit, so that by the 90s the Democratic Party had fundraising parity with the Republicans. In 2008, Obama actually got more corporate money, but essentially left us powerless. It created this faux liberal, Obama is an example, Clinton is an example, who speaks in the traditional feel your pain language of liberalism, but assiduously serves corporate power. Now that's very dangerous, because what it has done is direct the machinery of state to serve the interests of a tiny global corporate oligarchic elite. And history has shown that once a cabal, whether they're monarchs, oligarchs, military dictators, whatever, essentially seizes the machinery of state, it engenders paralysis. And by paralysis, I mean the state no longer responds to the grievances, rights, needs of the citizenry, but of this rapacious elite. And then we can go back to Marx. And Marx, when he writes about the kind of denouement of capitalism, talks about how capitalists in the end consume the very system that made capitalism possible. So we are watching the disintegration of the ecosystem that sustains life itself. If we don't halt the engine of global capital, if we don't wrest back the government, if we don't reverse the corporate coup d'etat, then we're really seriously going to have to consider the extinction of the human species itself. It's that dire.
Absolutely. With regard to the growing over political correctness on college campuses that is arguably counterproductive in discussing critical theories like identity, neoliberalism, and theological differences, what's at the root of this shift in the higher education paradigm?
For the last few years I've been teaching in a prison, so I'm a little divorced from political correctness on campuses. I would only say this, that kind of concern with gender politics and multiculturalism, and I support most of those aims, oftentimes took precedent over justice. So while people were busy discussing multiculturalism, they weren't paying attention to what was happening to the poor, in particular people of color in marginal communities, or the working poor. And I think that that kind of activism detached from justice can be a kind of boutique activism that may benefit the elites in terms of giving them positions, wider, a wider variety of diversity within elite positions, but often at the expense of abandoning the poor and the working poor, and in particular, those people of color who have suffered immensely from this neoliberal assault. So elite institutions oftentimes have a habit of focusing, within their own circle. And I think sometimes those people who got caught up in this kind of political correctness forgot about the primacy of justice.
You're going to be speaking with Dr. West a little later this evening. Why choose the New School as a space for your discourse this evening?
I'm happy to be at the New School. I've spoken here before. It's a great auditorium, and it's a great location. And every event that I've done here, I actually just did an event here a couple weeks ago, have always drawn, good and interesting, diverse and thoughtful crowds.
Thanks for your time.